pilots, welcome back to the channel. Plasma 1945 taking off, growling sidewinder flight in the J-11. Change from the F-16 that I've been practicing my skill in for an upcoming competition because flankers and FC-3 planes are not allowed there, which means no flanker, no F-15C, and no MiG-29. Back in the flanker, and I've got some Fox 3 missiles. Mission is high-low, so I'm going to go in high and then get down to the deck to survive an onslaught of enemy aircraft. First target, locked him up at approximately 80 kilometers as he comes into range. If you watch what I'm doing here, I'm high and fast. He's a bit slower than I am, but I'm not flying directly at him. I'm slightly overshooting him, going off to the side to make sure that he doesn't think I'm coming straight at him. Picking up additional altitude for the shot. The hostile is slightly above me, but he is slower. He's within the cone range and Fox 3 out. That is the Chinese PL-12, aka the SD-10, similar to the missile that is on the JF-17. It's been added as a special build to growling sidewinder, and let's take this missile and see where it goes. The missile sped up here 4 times, so you guys don't have to wait too long for it, but it was a fairly long flight for the missile. You have to maintain lock and not pull away until it's about 10 miles, about 18 kilometers from the target. And as you can see, the enemy F-18 got down to the deck and just slightly out-energied the missile, and that missile is trashed. Now I've broken off lock and started to turn away. The trick with the SD-10 PL-12 is you must figure out when to release the missile to go hunt on its own. As long as you've got lock, it'll guide the missile towards it, but you do have to drop lock about 10 kilometers away. You don't need to hold that lock all the way through. Similar to the ET that I've got ready here for an aircraft on my nose that is going right to left. Now this aircraft is fairly fast. He is a bit below me and he's turning right into me. I'm going to wait for authorization, and there goes an ET. I'm trusting the missile to do its thing here as it goes towards the target and peel away immediately away from the target so he can't fire any missiles back at me. And of course, while it's going there, make sure you hit like, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Boom. Splash F-15. He had no idea what hit him. Keep that in mind if you're in an area where there are flankers. ET you will not hear or see because you can launch it and so can an enemy flanker without using the radar. So here that enemy F-15 had no idea that I had locked it up because I never turned my radar on. Unless he was paying attention and knew that I was in the area and I was chasing it, or saw the smoke from the missile, no chance of knowing. So if he had popped a whole bunch of flares, he could have evaded it, but nope, he had no idea and the missile got him. Alright, after that shot, I didn't wait to watch it explode, turned away, trusted the missile, and climbed back for altitude. So I'm back at 11,000 meters, so staying about 40,000 feet, and picked up another target turning into him. This is another fast-moving aircraft right along the ground out of Beslan. As you can see, he's within my cone of authorization. Fox 3 launch, and as I peel away, just for good measure, let's give him an ET as well. So 2 missiles out, and then right away I'm turning away from the target, and let's see what the missiles do here. I was descending, I was very fast, and the target was around 40 kilometers away. So here is the SD-10 PL-12. It bites off on the chaff of the enemy F-15 and goes for the ground. The missile's gone stupid. The ET does a little bit better. It follows the aircraft, but the F-15 Eagle is very quick on the deck and just out-turns it and outruns the missile. That's the F-15 for you. If it can outspeed the enemy missile, it'll do it. Now I've got a hostile locking me on my nose. There we go, get him locked back up and send a 27 ER at him as I come across through the turn. This is a standoff missile to push the enemy aircraft away from me, and right away I'm descending and continue my turn left. He's fired a missile on me. That's a Fox 3, that's the AIM-120 that's coming for me. dropping my nose and then using the terrain to cover myself from that missile. The missile hits the mountain to my right, and I turn right back in to look for that enemy. Can't pick him up. He's somewhere behind the mountains, hiding in the weeds. I turn through, and he flies parallel. If you can see on the tac view in the top right-hand corner, he's flying parallel course. So we're doing a little bit of hiding in the weeds here. It's very pretty, but fast forwarding through it here just because you guys probably don't want to see it and sit through it. So staying low, watching my data link. I can see that the two aircraft, one from the back, one from the front that I had, have grouped up and are coming back for me. Alright, so we've got the enemies on our nose coming in. I am one missile short because I did not bring all the missiles. I took only one missile in the center position instead of two to get extra speed. There we go. We've got that enemy guy locked up. He's above me. I saw a circle and just missed him as I was turning. There we go. Got him again in vertical scan, and Fox 2 R-73 is on its way to the enemy. A little bit of a blackout as I go through a negative G here. I trust the missile. It got that F-18, and on data link I still have one more guy right in front of me. He should be right behind this mountain. I need to deal with him first. I'm down to one missile, and this is one last R-73. This is a question of, do I conserve my missile or do I just shoot it out on the target? All depends on where I'm going to end up. If I'm in a situation where it's hard to win, I'll have to fire it. Otherwise, it'll be a case of using guns and saving that missile for emergencies. So watch the tac view on the right side. I've picked up this F-15. He's in a turn. He flew by and now he's reversing his turn. He has to spot me visually. Unlike a NATO aircraft, I don't use my radar to lock him up. He's going across my screen here. And there he is. I'm switching to guns. And he would have definitely seen me here. Look on the tac view. He's making a very sharp turn, pulling hard on the stick. Perfect position for a missile shot, but I don't do it because the sun was right there. And he is turning a bit too slow. 30mm cannon, and he is down. If I fired that missile, it might have been wasted, might have gone for the sun, so this worked out. I think I've lost count. Is it splash 3 or is that splash 4? Well, no time to waste. I've got another target on my data link. Somebody who's high in front of me. Looks like he missed out on the fun. Didn't see me having a dogfight with that F-15, and he is obliviously continuing on his merry way. You can see him streaking in the left side of my screen. He's going from north to south towards our aircraft. So I've got him locked up in BVR mode with EO. So again, he has no idea I'm there. This is not the time to fire that missile because it's a heat seeker that I've got. And if I fire into the sun, there's a high chance it'll go for the sun. I need to be on his 6 o'clock. I need to be patient. So sticking on this guy as he starts his turn. What I did though is I turned on my radar. I need to get his attention because he's moving quite fast. I'm low on fuel, but I don't want to burn it through. So as he turns through here, I've got him locked with my radar, and I'm going to go for a Fox 2 launch, but I need it to be a good shot so the missile gets him. Fox 2, missile on its way. The reason I turned my radar is so that this guy would maneuver. I needed him to start maneuvering. He does pick up my missile. He's popping lots of flares. The right thing to do. He turned off his engines, and the missile goes for flares. Okay, this is where I would be going for guns. I'm on his tail. I'm seeing him descend. Got my guns ready, but yeah, the guy crashes into the mountain. That is a maneuver kill. He probably blacked out from that high-speed dive, and that's another kill I'll add to the book and head back to base for a landing. So let's do a debrief. So we've seen both PL-12s as D-10s fail here. One didn't have quite enough energy. The second one was easily confused by the enemy notching and chaff flares. So firing one missile, well, that's not enough. Sometimes you might need to fire two. but we've got the splashes and coming back for a nice easy landing with only 200 kilograms of fuel in the tank. Pop some victory flares and call it a night. Plasma 1945, and always fly safe, everybody. Out.